Hello and welcome to Udu RPGs. Today we're going to be looking at a couple iconic character deaths in RPG history. If you don't know what you're looking at right now, I suggest you go buy Final Fantasy VII. This of course is the death of Aerith, who is murdered by this man Sephiroth. Aerith in this scene is trying to use white materia. Obviously Sephiroth represents a material of a darker kind, so he kills her. This little smirk there just shows how evil, great of a antagonist he really is. That would be the white materia gem that Aerith kept in her hair that her mother had given her. We will never know why somebody doesn't just throw her a phoenix down. I think she'd be alright after that. Next up we have Celes from Final Fantasy VI. Here we see her grandfather Cid, who is on his deathbed. He obviously means quite a bit to her, and he dies. On his stay at Solitary Island, Cid needs to receive enough rotten fish, and then that will enable his death in this scene. It's not very often, I think, that you see a suicide attempt on a game. It's quite powerful in my opinion. Just the spoken words she says here before is just iconic to video game history. Next up we have Raven's death in Grandia 3. Here the party walks in on a fight between Raven and Emilius. Emilius is trying to resurrect Zorn for the coming destruction of Earth.
Raven, I'm afraid you weren't cut out to be a god. What's so funny? Raven. Raven! Farewell, my friend. I've been corrupted by Zorn's power.
Raven, you know that I love you.
Done. Done. Thank you.
Quite emotional as he dies in the arms of his lover.
Raven!
Then he proceeds to turn into confetti. Next up, we have the death of Sazh in Final Fantasy XIII.
Daddy, I found you.
If you have ever played this game, you know it's quite emotional and dramatic. Here we see Sazh meeting back up with his son
Daddy, got
after
you.
being separated for
Why are you
quite a
here?
long time.
Because you promised.
He sees him again, and his son Dodge
How did you get here?
turns into Crystal. In this part of the game, you're led to believe that when you're turned into Crystal, you're granted eternal life, but you're to remain in a crystallized form. So Sazh lost his son.
A lot of things can be excused. Shooting kids ain't one.
Kindness like his, you don't forget.
Enough is enough.
Next up, we have my personal favorite, the death of Levitz. Now, I played this game when I was very young, and this scene stuck with me throughout my entire gaming history. Very sad moment. Levitz jumping up, transforming into a dragoon to defend his king, and Lloyd bringing out the Dragoon Buster. Ending Levitz. Up until this point of the game, a lot of time is spent between Dart, the main character, and Levitz, developing a very close relationship, almost brotherly. A point in the game where Levitz gives him some deep advice and agrees to have Dart pay for a couple drinks for him after the war. So it's quite powerful. Gets me every time. And lastly, in my opinion, we have the most tragic and moving death in RPG history. It's Tidus from Final Fantasy X.
Yuna, I have to go. I'm sorry I couldn't show you Xanarkand. Goodbye.
We're gonna see you again!
Thank you for watching Udu RPG's Best of RPG Character Deaths. I'm sorry for the nostalgia that you are suffering from now, but if you'd like to leave any comments, it'd be greatly appreciated. Please like and subscribe.